Hey guys, this is Kunal from TradingSim. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel, and I wanted to do another trade recap on a symbol IONS, which is IONUS Pharmaceuticals, on May the 26th of 2016. This stock had been setting up major decline after it IPO'd. Down to around, dropped about 50%, and then we did a kind of a bear flag. You can see it right here. That level kind of busted down right there at about 40. It kind of broke down, and what's been happening now is you're kind of seeing another bear flag set up. And this morning we gapped through it with a massive drop. It opened up down around 8.5 points, and I started the simulator. You can see it's at 9:33, and so we're about 3 minutes into the trading day, and this stock has already dropped 2 points from its open, and so the stock is extremely oversold. You have to be very careful with these massive gappers, because they can rip your shirt off in the morning, especially. And this just goes back to some of my rules. Number one is I want to be trading extremely volatile stocks. That's just my strategy. Some people may not like it, but that's just what I do the best with. I want stocks that are moving through support and through resistance pretty easily. The other rule that I want to, that I've mentioned in other videos as well, is I don't like to trade the first 15 minutes of the day, especially in these volatile stocks, because there's a lot of head fakes, and you just got to be very careful of them. So, the best strategy, in my opinion, is to let the stock settle from the opening gap, and then let it just let it determine which direction it wants to take. Typically, these stocks that break down through all-time lows or all-time highs, they don't have upside resistance or downside support, and so theoretically they could go down quite a bit before they catch themselves. There's no level which buyers will necessarily want to step in, and so we would look to intraday charts to see where those levels might form. But this stock specifically had some really bad news. It dropped significantly, 30%ish, and so what I'm going to do is, I'm on a 5-minute chart. I'm not going to take the entry here, as I said. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward it by minute per second. So we're going to kind of be able to watch the action unfold here for a little bit. Right, you can kind of see this thing moving 1 minute at a time here. Okay, so, and I missed that, but at around 9:45, give or take, let me just go to the 1 minute chart so we can see what happened here. We have a 9 EMA here. This thing has been holding the price pretty decently in the morning. So we made a move back up to around 26.5. And then the stock hit the 9 EMA, failed, hit it a couple more times, and then started to break down through that flag. So we could have taken a short here, or we could have kind of looked to see what would have happened down at these lows at about 25. I personally, in this situation, I waited for the 25 lows to be taken out. I wanted to see confirmation. The stock was sliding fast. I thought it could take much further of a dive, and so I said, let me just wait for the confirmation in this case. So one of the other things I said, and I mentioned in this case, a lot of this stuff, trading is not a science. There's an art to it. There's a lot of instinct. I've been trading for 15 years. I've been day trading, and I can tell you from experience that you have to have instinct, and that only comes after practicing and practicing, or trading and trading for years and years. This is not something you're just going to pick up and run with and make millions of dollars. It doesn't work like that. So you just have to decide where the best entry is from a risk-reward perspective. You know, you're not going to want to load up tons of shares on this, right? If you're looking at the range of this stock, it's already 2 points on the first 3 bars. So this is an extremely volatile stock. You're going to want to size the position accordingly. We're not trying to make millions of dollars on every single trade, right? This is, you want to keep hitting trades over and over and over again, day in and day out. And the biggest thing is to protect your capital. So with something like this, you want to be somewhat risk averse when it comes to sizing the position. But in any case, let's just draw a line through this support right here. Whoops, selected the wrong one. Okay. So we would have taken the short, give or take, right around 25.10. And what we're going to do now is I'm just going to restart the simulation. Right, and that 9 EMA continues to hold it for now. You know, it is logical to assume that it could come back and test this support. It doesn't have to, but it could. In this case, it's not going to do it. Let me pull up the 5-minute chart. So like I said, there is no support on this stock. So it could theoretically run to zero, which is obviously not going to. But so you wanna obviously you want to ride a position as long as you can, but there has to be some reasonableness to your money management. So we took this short at around 25. You know, we're down to 22.85. I mean, this is over. This is about almost 10% move in a matter of 30 to 45 minutes. It is prudent to take some money off the table. We're going to be looking at around 28.44. 23.14 is a level you want to just keep an eye on, right? If it takes that out, it could be a pop. It's just trying to base here, but it's not certain yet. So let's just see. 23.14, 22.55, give or take, is the level that you want to keep an eye on. There we go. So it took out 23.14, and let's just take a look here at these lows. 22.50. Right. So this is something you want to keep an eye on. We had a support level at 22.50. That was the previous low. We took it out by a penny, and it held. And so, the high of that bar was 22.80. When it took 22.80 out, right, that was a point of caution. That was a place where you could say there could be at least a short-term pop out of here. It was a very small signal, but you could have used that as a cautionary signal to at least get out of some of your position. I was waiting for 22 or 23.14 to be taken out, which it was, and I covered half the position. And so at this point in the game, we're gonna let's just take a look at a couple other levels, because we don't want to let this run away from us to the upside and give all our gains back. So we have a big level there that was taken out, right? It was previous support here that was broken. It tried, then it finally took it out. And you can see the volume is starting to look somewhat positive here. So this is an area of caution. Let me pull it back. This is the 1-minute chart. Let me pull it back to the 5-minute chart and kind of see what we're looking at. It could potentially run to 24. When you look at the 5-minute chart, it's been basing for almost 30 minutes. 25 minutes. So you know, it is setting up a formidable base that you want to be careful of, that it could rip back up to this, you know, 24 area. So 24, if you wanted to ride this thing, you could run it up there, but at least take half of your position off on that break at 23.14. And let's just continue forward and see what happens here. Right, and that's kind of what it did. It ripped up to 23.69. And there we go, we hit the 24 print. Now you want to take note the fact that we've taken that 9 EMA out, and this previous support is 24.07, and looks like, let's just take a look here, it's taken that out. So I would have been out right above that 24.07, and unfortunately I would have given back almost over a point. You know, the average exit was most likely, where was it here? 23.14 and 24.07-ish. We're looking at about a 22.65 exit from a 22.65 from 25.10. So we're looking at a point and a what is that? A point and a half. Man, my math is bad at this point. It's too late. Yeah, it's about a point and a half. So we're looking at about a 7% move. I call that trade a win. It could have been a little bit better, but nobody's perfect, and this stock was moving extremely quick. So I hope that helped. Let's just watch this and see what would have happened the rest of the day. Yeah, so I was juked out in my trade, but what you can see here and what we can learn from this is that when this stock came back to this level here, which was 23.14, which was that breakout from this small base here, when that thing took it back down below 23.14, it was, you know, you can kind of see, it hesitated right here for about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, and then it broke down. That support was violated, and so you could have taken a short right here on this bar, and taken it down even further for round 2. Right, and the 9 EMA is rejecting it again. So this trade from about 23.07 we're going to watch for support at around 21.50. Looks like it's found that support, and so if you were in on this break right here, you're going to want to be out. You're going to want to be out above about 21.50. So you're ripping down probably another point and a half on this trade. So there were definitely opportunities in this trade all day long. So hope that helps. Again, admin@tradingsim.com is our email. Feel free to shoot us an email with any questions or feedback that you might have, and feel free to try out TradingSim. We have a 7-day free trial. I'm very confident that it can help and improve your trading, especially for you active traders. Getting the repetitions is extremely important. Kind of like what we have just done, right? Just studying the trade and being prepared. I'm signing off now. Thanks a lot.